a place where I do really important work, as we know, like have good hair and go through my entire summer wardrobe, which is what I'm going to be doing in this video. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome back to my channel. Hot take, maybe both figuratively and literally, summer is my favorite season and also one of my favorite times for fashion, mainly because it's just an excuse for me to wear just like overalls, little white top, little ballet flat or boot, and long pretty dress, and lots of antique Edwardian pieces and fringe and crochet. What's better than that? I've been noticing an increasing amount of requests to do a video where I try on everything in my wardrobe, and I figured something like this would be a little bit less of an undertaking and more seasonally relevant, as well as less humiliating for me, because I don't think any of you are ready for the sheer amount of clothing that I have. Think of this as almost like the microdosed version of that video. Of course, if this video goes well and you all really like it, I can do a kind of fall-winter version of it, just the other parts of my wardrobe that are not shown in here. But for now, sit down, make yourself comfortable. I have no way of estimating how long this video is gonna be, but I mean, it's me. I like to talk. You all know that. So. If I was more strategic, I would wait to the end of this video to show you my summer dresses, because I know it's what a lot of you want to see. Let me form engagement. However, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to give you what you want up front, and it's also what I want to show you because this happens to be my favorite category. I love me a pretty maxi dress to twirl around in, okay? Guilty. My attempt at keeping this video very organized is not only breaking it down into categories like dresses and tops, but then subcategories within that like Edwardian dresses and my realization par dresses. The antique Edwardian era dresses are up first because they are by far, and it's just like the most worn articles of clothing that I have, but especially in the summertime. This baby is a fun switch up from the usual white or cream that the Edwardian pieces were made in. Somebody hand dyed this. I got it off of Depop actually recently. Some of these things I've had in my wardrobe for a while. Some of them are actually newer additions, but instead of doing a haul, I would rather just kind of show you in this video and talk about them. They say when you like something enough, you gotta buy it in every color, or in the case of these dresses, because they're so old, over 100 years, and kind of a one-of-one situation at this point, you just hunt until you find something adjacent to it in a different color. I have my sleeveless Edwardian dresses, and so it only feels natural to me to at least have one in the mix that has sleeves on it. And this one actually at the bottom, you can see I tragically wore this just the other day to the park and my shoe ripped through the lace right there, and so it's an easy fix. I just need to get my mending kit out. These are really delicate pieces, and I try to be careful when I'm wearing them, but you know, life happens, it's okay, everything's fixable. Alright, and now I have two actually kind of versions of these dresses that I view as slightly more kind of casual. I could wear these as beach cover-ups to the grocery store, just throw them on with like a little ballet flat or a cowgirl boot. I mean, I could do that, and I have, with any of these dresses, and just kind of feel like they're a little bit more wearable for day-to-day and dressed down, but it's especially easy to do it with just something simple and easy like this. And here is the other dress, which I swapped out the boots for the flats because it's really the only way that I wear this, and I am not going to be really styling the pieces in this video because I have like actual styling outfit videos for that. I just more so want to show them off to you here, but this is not like cute with the boots. By far the most simple, shapeless, potato sack looking of these dresses. It also feels very dough and is reheating the nachos of this style of dress. Right? Wow, I already can tell that I'm talking too much, and this video is going to be legitimately like 2 hours long if I don't start speeding through these a bit more, so let me try and do that. Now getting into something I previously very briefly mentioned, which is my Realization Par dress collection. And for anyone that doesn't know Realization Par, it's just a brand that's mainly known for their dresses being seen on like every cool it girl on Instagram pretty much. These are some of the select few items I have in my wardrobe that are not vintage, although I do still try and buy these secondhand if I can because it's usually more cost efficient on sites like Depop, although beware of scammers on there because they go crazy with scamming for the realizations that are fake, as well as the real can be pretty good. I do definitely view these dresses as investment pieces that are worth making for me because one, just the sheer amount that I wear them. They're obviously pretty easy to dress up, but also dressing down, I find them really easy to make a little more casual and wearable from day to day. I also just think they're so beautiful. A lot of their silhouettes are bias cut, which is very vintage inspired. I love the patterns on them, and just think the way that the fabric falls and really hangs on my body and how they move when I move, it's incredible. My collection has definitely fluctuated throughout the years. There was one point where I was under spells when it came to realization. Any extra money that I had, I would save and put towards getting one of their dresses. I owned like 20, maybe 25 at one point, and so it has whittled down a bit since then. Their dresses do hold pretty good resale value, at least in my experience. I've been able to sell on Depop any of the ones that I wanted to part with for pretty close to the price that I bought them at, and yeah, just something to note. But they do have some dresses they recently released that I am obsessed with, although I'm not obsessed with the price increase they've done because of the tariffs. Just another thing that we've lost under this administration. My ability to even save up to afford a realization part dress, which is like so inconsequential compared to other things we're losing, but it's like, damn. We can't have anything, can we? Far from done with the dress portion of this video though. You know me better than that. I now have to show off all of just the miscellaneous, really pretty vintage dresses that I have acquired. This one's really fun because it's actually a two-piece, and I can wear this little top shawl tied over the dress, or I can take it off and wear the dress just as a halter on its own, showing a bit more skin, and then I can wear this as a top on its own as well. How adorable is this little red floral number? It is the brand Lands from the 70s. They're an Austrian brand, and you can definitely tell the silhouette of this is quite German Drindel inspired, and I mean, I'm obsessed with all of it, but especially this neckline with that lace-up detailing. Who can never go wrong with a good old classic wrap dress? They are, like I just stated, a classic, and for how much I love them, I don't nearly own enough. Something I do own enough of, however, is one square dancing dress, which is absolutely insane in the best way and so precious and adorable, but not really wearable. I wanted one and I got one, and I'm happy that I have this one. But I think it's kind of it for me. My 1960s polka dot princess number. The most beautiful, gorgeous, perfect, insane, gunny sex dress ever. I gotta have my crochet dresses, of course. This black one, it's kind of my more, ooh, sexy, sultry night out with my girls grabbing dinner, drinks. From night into the day, I have my more, what I think of as wearable crochet dress. I have it styled with this little slip skirt umbrella right now, but my favorite way to style this, which you've probably seen if you've watched any of my outfit videos, is pairing jeans under this. Last, but certainly not least for my summer dresses, and quite different from the other ones that you've seen, is this little number from Cuckoo Intimates, where it's like a dress, but also a nightie, but also a beach cover-up, but could also be a slip. It's a really cute layering item, but it's also quite cute on its own when it's really hot, and I just don't care about you kind of seeing it all at that point. Next up, I have my overalls. Let's just get right to it, because I mean, this is the reason that I can't full stop call dresses my favorite category of clothing, because overalls exist. Because I have an extensive collection, and if you know me, you know I'm nothing without them. First up, got my classic, basic, dark denim, just clean Big Mac overalls. Most of my overalls are vintage Big Mac. They're just my brand for overalls. Something about them, it does it for me every time. Also from Big Mac, these ones are super worn in. I love all the distressing and the hickory stripes. They're probably actually my favorite, but shh, don't tell the others, okay? It's just between us. Shocker, another pair from Big Mac. These ones are covered in paint, some of which was already there when I found these babies on Depop, and some of which I've actually added myself since having them. Now, before you maybe go, Caroline, how could you possibly need 2 striped pairs of overalls? I actually have 3 pairs, so. Last but not least, I gotta have at least 1 pair, and it's literally just these of little shorty overalls for any particularly steamy summer days. Don't know what it is, but I have a lot harder time finding overalls that are shorts that I like versus pants. Actually, these used to be pants and were cut to be shorts, so I don't know what's all that about with like the structure of them and silhouettes that I'm maybe just not liking when they're intended to be shorts. Who knows? I have my own version of them, and I feel like at this point I have enough overalls for literally any and every occasion. Taking on the big old category of tops now. By far the most I have to get through, so much so that I actually broke this up into 2 main categories of tops and then these kind of subsections within them. So the first one that I'm going to show you now is tops that I can wear styled on their own, and then later on in this video I'll show you my tops that are more kind of light layering summer pieces and a few jackets thrown in there. Like I did for dresses, I'm starting off with my Edwardian era tops, and some that are inspired by the Edwardian era, but not quite. No matter how many of these, I call them my cute white summer tops that I get my hands on, I can't seem to stop just wanting to add more to my wardrobe because of how much I wear them. This one I actually made myself out of an antique Edwardian tablecloth. More cute. Yeah. Moving on from the cutesy white tops, either from the Edwardian era or inspired by that era, I have my cutesy crochet tops, which this one that I have on is inspired also by the Edwardian era. Can you tell I'm a fan of the fashion, at least, of that time? Women couldn't vote then or have a job or property, bank account, so I'm also a huge fan of that as well, actually. Anyways, how pretty is this top? I especially love just this insane sleeve detailing that's going on. Get into that? Come on now. It is actually a requirement for me to give at least a little shimmy when I have this top on. For anyone who might be hesitant at the idea of wearing one of these tops in the summertime because you think it would get too hot, you'll be really sweaty, at least in my experience as a very sweaty woman myself, I make sure to always get these tops in a cotton material because it's more comfortable on my skin as well as being a lot more breathable than something like a polyester. I will say when it comes to the long sleeve crochet knit tops, I am pushing it a bit and maybe naively hopeful that I could ever wear this in the summertime and not risk heat stroke, but listen to me when I tell you that you should never underestimate the power of just a good t-shirt, some denim shorts, and a cowboy boot in the summertime. Cowgirl boot. Cowboy? Cowgirl. We amplify women here on this channel. I've never done this before. It gets better. There's an exclamation point on the back. I have a bit of a thing for vintage t-shirts that say just like funny, kind of kitschy, but also corny things on them. Like this, not only am I perfect, but I'm a redhead too. This is my favorite at the moment because this is Dirty Old Man on it. This tee says Paula Sunshine Alley on it, which Paula was my mom's name, and so I saw this and I was like, yeah, I just have to get this. It's also, I mean, vintage from the 70s, single stitch. I like the color. It's really comfy. Come on. Another 70s single stitch moment. However, this t-shirt, my reasoning behind getting it was because there's actually a woman with her boobs out on it. Yeah. Oversized t-shirts aren't typically my thing, but I saw this authentic vintage concert Fleetwood Mac shirt on Depop. Actually, a man was selling it and he declined my offer, which wasn't even a low ball, but he obviously hates women and I still bought this for, it was an insane amount. It was like 40 bucks, but considering that, like, I know he probably got this at the Goodwill bins for 4 cents. But I had to have it. Oh, I also, another oversized t-shirt that I bought because the saying on it was just too good. I can't believe I almost forgot to show you this. I don't really wear it a lot in summer though. It's kind of my one time a year shirt because it says Kiss Me, I'm Irish, and so March 17th every year, or around that time, this is getting a lot of wear, but until then it typically stays tucked away. I also apparently have a thing for stripes, just in general, but especially within t-shirts, which I actually wasn't aware of that, but I definitely am now after filming this. I know what I said. I know that I said to you I wasn't going to style these items, and so why did I change? So you actually, the last of my summertime t-shirts to get through, I have a petty skirt on, and that's because I can't seem to kill the styling urge within me, and this petty skirt is actually what I want to wear with my next section of tops to show you, which is just like random cute summer tops that I have no other way to categorize than cute and random. I don't wear this with denim shorts, by the way, like that's why. I mean, some of those things actually I wouldn't even style how I have. I'm just, I don't like people to see me slipping. It's a thing. I'm neurotic. That's why I post videos of myself on the internet. This top is so fun. I love, you can see it's like a terry cloth material, the super fun green color. It's a new addition to my wardrobe. I got it last weekend at the Rose Bowl Flea. And it's perfect. I love it. I like to call this my creamsicle top for obvious reasons. I gotta have my gingham. More gingham. And this one is fun because turn around, look at the back. The red bandana paisley. It's like beading all throughout it. I think this might be a sports bra, but I wear it as a crop top. Definitely would not style this top like this, but I love this top. I think it's so beautiful. It reminds me a lot of the recent Chloe collection and runway. If you know, you know. Fun tank from the 70s that says California on it because I'm a California girl first and foremost. Through and through, forever and always. Technically, this is on a top. It's a bodysuit. It's the only one that I own, and it's a recent purchase from Cuckoo Intimates that I'm anticipating wearing a lot in the summer. Exactly like you're saying. Duh. Of course I was going to try it on with you. May I trust your imagination? It's a bodysuit. You could definitely envision it for yourself. But just in case. Swapped out the bottoms yet again. I'm just going to stop trying to justify my behavior to you at this point. I instead let you know that we've now officially reached the last section of this category of tops, which is a smaller one, and it is my going out in the summer tops. Lightweight brown knit top. I like it's more form-fitting, the keyhole with this skirt. I thrifted both these separately, but I'm into them together. I love an all brown look, I gotta say. That's not what this is about though. Tops. Focus. Pretty all silk fuchsia moment. Sexy. Hello. Still sexy and in the same top, just a different color. And with that, it's actually going to be it for the first category of summer tops. My collection of skirts, which is really just about 15 maxi skirts and 2 mini skirts, kind of sums that and me up. Most of mine are vintage from the 70s. Shocking, I know. I also think the reason that going back to my cute little white top obsession that I have and I keep buying more is honestly because they're one of my favorite things to pair with these maxi skirts because as you can see, I like a lot of the fun, bold, kind of more colorful variations of these. Similarly to how I feel about my wrap dresses, I also love me a good wrap skirt, especially this one. I think the color is just so beautiful and perfect for summer. Of course, I got my antique Edwardian petty skirts. This one you've already been seeing throughout this video. I've been styling it with other things. It's just a go-to. It's really like a staple for me, kind of my version of just an elevated wardrobe basic. That's this. Similar, yes, but also different. Little bit of a shorter antique Edwardian petty skirt with the midi length here, and it also sits lower, a bit more comfortably on my waist, I will say. I'm not, by the way, standing in front of you trying to justify these purchases right now. I feel no need to do that. I wear these so much and sometimes kind of styled similarly to this, but I also love throwing on the skirt with my cowgirl boots or ballet flats, one of those kind of like fun vintage graphic tees, and my hair in a bandana, grabbing my purse, sunglasses, and going and running errands. It's a way that I can still feel cute and a little more elevated but really comfortable, and I just love any excuse to wear one of these skirts. And I will find a reason. Close-up shot absolutely required for this 1930s beauty. The skirt was another recent addition to my wardrobe that I'm so excited to style all throughout the summer. I found this at a vintage store for $35, and beyond the fact that it fits me like a glove, I feel like this was made for my body and my wardrobe. It also, $35, I thought they'd made a mistake and meant to price it for $135 because of the age of this. It's a pretty rare piece. It's in incredible condition. I was like, I'm robbing you people. I hope you know this. And I'll gladly do it. Take the $35. I don't want it that bad. And I want this desperately. I'm a sucker for paisley on anything with a handkerchief hemline, so this skirt was actually destined to be in my wardrobe. It's also quite low-waisted, which is a nice switch up from a lot of my other skirts, but also why I had to swap out my top. Same thing goes for this low-waisted brown knit maxi skirt that you've already seen in this video, and I love this piece so much. It's really versatile. I'll dress it up and wear it on a night out with a little slutty top and big old platform boots, or I'll also throw it on with an oversized tee like this, my cowgirl boots, my ballet flats, hair in 2 braids, sunglasses, out the door, work casual. It works for really like so many different scenarios, and I love it. I honestly want one in every color, but I thrifted it. And I don't even know what the brand on the tag is. So, on the topic of things I like to wear on a night out, this little red suede mini skirt that I actually thrifted, and it went to my knees and I hemmed it, which is a big hack I like to do for knee-length skirts that I'm not into that length, but I see the vision. I'll get them and turn them into minis. You guessed it, another one of my hemline victims, and this was a skirt that's originally for Urban Outfitters. I found it on Depop and it was already a mini, and I was like, I think we can make that a little bit shorter. And so I did. So as far as shorts go and their role in my wardrobe, as well as my life really, it's pretty sparse. I have I think a couple pairs of Levi denim shorts that I really like, but have never felt compelled to get any more than that. Like one pair of white frilly bloomers I've had for a couple of years, and I mainly wear them as layering pieces under stuff. I do have this really sick pair of 70s leather lace-up shorts that were actually hand-me-down from one of my best friend's moms. They are so cool. Yes, she's obviously the coolest, and yes, I wear these occasionally when I feel like having swamp ass for the entire day. I wouldn't, you know, wear them like this, but you can see how cool they are. Oh hey, from this spot, yet again, to actually take a quick break and thank frequent sponsor on this channel and of this video, who is Squarespace. The all-in-one platform and my go-to for building anything from an e-commerce site to a portfolio. Maybe you want to spruce up your resume a bit. There really is something for any and everybody, and any of your requirements you might have for your website, Squarespace offers so many tools to help you turn your vision for your site into a reality. There's a variety of pre-made templates that you can scroll through and choose from to maybe fit your vibe, or if something isn't quite aligning with what you were going for, there's also so many different customizable tools that are really easy to navigate and can help you do anything from the font to the color to the layout. They truly have you covered. With summer officially being here, maybe you have found yourself with a bit more free time and you are wanting to do something like start an e-commerce site or a blog with subscriptions that you can either charge people monthly for or a one-time fee. All is available through Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com/Caroline Tucker, or you can click the QR code up on the screen. Made it really easy for you with that one, and make sure to use my code Caroline Tucker at checkout for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Before officially wrapping the ad break up, I want to thank once again Squarespace for working on another video with me, and with that, we can get into the rest of this video. Pants and a summertime wardrobe might seem contradictory to some, even outright ridiculous, but here in LA, June gloom is a very real thing, as well as just like random cold spells and it getting chilly at night. Do you want to see my cute pants that I plan on wearing this summer or not? My white cotton, and appears to be highly coveted by anybody who sees me wearing them, bloomers. They're adorable, so I get it. And they are honestly amazing to style, at least in LA, for any season. They're an incredibly versatile piece, but especially in the summer, I just love them. And that cotton, it makes them breathable. They're not polyester, like the Free People bloomers that everybody's obsessed with right now. I'm paying $98 to have sweat in your crack all day. I digress. The coolest vintage silk beachy, almost pajama style pant. I love these. Peach color is doing everything for me, as well as there's like blue piping detailing along the high waist as well as the bottom pant leg. I feel really chic in these, honestly. It's kind of, this is my version of that coastal grandmother aesthetic people are obsessed with. It's like, oh, this is the kind of coastal grandmother that I am. Like, she's showing up in these kind of pants. Some more of me if I was a coastal grandmother going on with these pants. I'm gonna throw these in there as well. She's your eccentric coastal grandmother. I've been in a major pedal pusher phase over the past couple of months, which to me it's like, oh, these are capris. They're just like the vintage kind of pin-up, slightly flirtier version of that. I really love the bright cobalt blue of these, and they're also, get up close for you, corduroy, which is fun. Also have myself a pair in gingham, red gingham. Because yeah, duh. Moving into the denim pants now, which I do in fact have more denim pants in the summer that I wear than denim shorts. These are so sick and really fun. I love how high-waisted they are and kind of crop at the leg, and the denim is super soft and lightweight. I just love them. Vintage Levi's that I was wearing earlier on in this video. I love these. I think they have this little floral patch repair under the knee that I just think is so sweet. And they fit me just like incredible. My paint splatter jeans, which I love clearly, and you've definitely seen these before if you followed me for a while. They are a favorite of my wardrobe and they move through every season with me. In every outfit. And lastly, for the jeans and also just the pants category are these very low-waisted jeans that are also actually covered in paint. Less paint than the previous pair, but there's also a lot of like just random dirt stains on these. I love how great my butt looks in these. I love the cupping. You can just see the shape. No, I do actually really love the fit of these jeans. To me, they feel like I'm wearing denim sweatpants in a way, and that's really beautiful. And I think the perfect note to end this category on. We have officially made it to that second big category of tops that I kept alluding to earlier, which are more of my light layering pieces. Layering is so integral to a lot of my outfits, and obviously that becomes a bit harder to do in the summertime. That is warm weather friendly, and so my go-to is definitely vests. The two main factors I really like to focus on when it comes to my light layering pieces is, of course, the first one being the fabric. I keep talking about it in this video, but if I could reach for something like a cotton, that's always going to be my preferred option option. And then the other factor is kind of the structure and silhouette of the piece, making good like airflow and breathability available. I think that this little 1940s silk bed jacket is an incredible example of both of those factors. Also, I mean, this is so sweet. I'm just obsessed with it. It's so pretty. This vintage bed jacket, however, is not made of silk. It is more of a rayon material, so it's not nearly as breathable. However, you can see that the silhouette of it is very breathable and it has that good airflow, so to me it like kind of cancels each other out. I prefer when I have two factors, but as long as I still have one, I can also make it work. Wearing button-up shirts, or in this case a button-up jersey open, is another way I like to take advantage of layering in the summer. This has been one of my favorite outfit combos recently when I'm wanting to just be cute, casual, on the go. I love the stripes of this button-up in all of the colors and the fact that it's so oversized. More stripes because it's only natural for me. Wouldn't be complete without just that classic vintage denim. We're getting there. We're almost done with the last couple of items, and I have on, okay, this is technically, I guess, a button-up shirt. This is more form-fitting. It's a slightly thicker linen than those other button-up shirts, and it's just like a different kind of style, and so I view it more as a lightweight jacket option. I am obsessed with this. I mean, the button detailing is just so sick. I love all the ruffles. I love this like pastel-y seafoam green color. It's so unique. It's the only thing I own like this in my wardrobe, and I honestly haven't even seen a ton of stuff like this. I love it. It's the 1940s Japanese bed jacket that I just am completely in love with. Classic, vintage, really worn-in denim jacket. This is another item I have that's really able to move through every season with me and is a staple in my wardrobe because of that. It's really all about the styling with this and the fact that I'm in LA, so you know, the seasons aren't as extreme, which is why I can wear this in the winter and summer nights. Absolutely no way that you thought you were gonna be able to make it this entire video and one of my fringe jackets wasn't gonna make an appearance. This was another, actually, along with this dress, two of my holy grail vintage, like thrift list items that I have. This is a 1940s buckskin western jacket. I bought it for myself last year for Christmas. I am so completely obsessed with it. It is the most lightweight of my fringe jackets. So with that, it's actually going to be my complete summer wardrobe as far as clothing goes. However, I do have some shoes to show you because I have gotten some questions about my shoes, mainly my boot collection, and I really debated back and forth of whether I wanted to include shoes and accessories in this and how I would even do that. Accessories was a bit more difficult for me to decide like what seasonally I'm wearing, but shoes I was able to narrow it down a bit. I mean, listen, I love any excuse to show off my mainly boot collection and talk about it. So I'm starting off with my Fry boots. I own 4 pairs, all of which I managed to get secondhand. Some were a steal, like my $50 Fry Campus banana boots from the Real Real, and then others were a bit more of an investment, but I wear these so much. They're definitely my most worn boots as well as my most worn shoes that it's kind of an easy decision for me to buy every single time. I have a couple pairs of cowgirl boots, nothing crazy. That's definitely something I am wanting to add to my wardrobe, but what I have now is good. It's a couple others, kind of like random pairs of vintage boots, mainly all leather that I found and I really love. Of course, although through and through I am a boot girl and it is always my preferred shoe of choice, sometimes it's just too hot out and I don't have it within me to reach for the boot as a part of my outfit, and so that's when I'm going for something like a flat. I love my little red ballet flats as well as my black tabbies. I got some cool loafers. I'm really into clogs as well. Swedish Hosbeens are my favorite brand. I try and find them secondhand if I can, but also I have purchased from them and I really was happy with my purchase, so yeah, which you'd hope I'd be because they were not cheap. I have to have at least one pair of kitten heels. It's for the summer, you know, time and place. And with that, now that is going to be it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. I am profusely sweating, which feels appropriate for summer, and the fact that I've been filming this for like 6 hours, and it's now my 3rd day of actually filming this for 6 hours. I have a lot of clothes. I really hope that this was entertaining in some way. I got so many requests to do something like this that I figured, okay, let me give you all a little taste of what you've been wanting. So I really do hope that you enjoyed. Like always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Stay sexy.